Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Rahmat-i-Alam by SYED Sulaiman Nadvi. Muhammad, peace be upon him. Mercy for the universe. Translated by A.Rauf Luther. Chapter 13. Migration to Habsha. Leaving one place for another country or town is called migration. You have read that Arabia is situated on the bank of a sea. Hijaz is situated on the shore of Red Sea. On the other side of the place is a country known as Habsha in Africa. The Christian king of that place was a kind and righteous person. When the persecutions of Muslims were at their height in the fifth year of prophethood, 11 men and 4 women left for Habsha in a boat with the permission of the Holy Prophet. The king of Habsha was known as Najashi. He kept the Muslims in peace and provided them with all sorts of comforts. The Quraysh came to know of it and so sent 2 envoys to the king that their criminals may be returned to them. The king called the Muslims who apprised him of the whole happening. Hazrat Jafar, Hazrat Ali's brother and Muslims' representative, went to the king and said, O king, we were ignorant, worshipped idols, ate the dead, committed every sort of evil, tortured our neighbors, brother persecuted his brother, and the strong devoured the weak. At such a time, a man was born whose saintlyhood, truthfulness, and trustworthiness was known to us all. He invited us to the true faith, that we may leave off idol worship, speak the truth, be not cruel, eat not the wealth of the orphans, be good to our neighbors, slander not pious women, offer our prayers, keep fast, pay alms. We have accepted him as a prophet of God and have acted upon his advice. This is the crime which we have committed, and our people have become our enemies. They compel us to revert to the same paganism and ignorant life and leave the truth path of bliss and benediction. Najashi said, recite some verses from the book which has been revealed on your prophet. Hazrat Jafar recited some of the verses from the chapter Mary, Surah Maryam. Najashi was so much moved and influenced that drops of tears trailed down from his eyes. He said, by God, these verses in the Bible are from the same source, the lamp. Thereafter he addressed to the Quraysh, you go back, I cannot hand over these oppressed people to you. In Shaib Abi Talib, the Quraysh, after eating a humble pie in the court of Najashi, went back. In the 7th year of prophethood, they assembled together and made a pact of boycott with the members of the Bani Hashim. None should transact marriage with them, nor transact business with them, nor give them anything to eat or drink, and writing this agreement hung it at the door of the Kaaba. Abu Talib took all the people of the family to Shaib Abi Talib. Other Muslims too took their shelter. They used to eat grass and boiled skins. The children used to weep bitterly. Hazrat Bilal used to bring something to eat for the Prophet, hiding it under his armpits. The infidels had been happy to see the Muslims in such a wretched condition. They had to remain in this condition for 3 years. The cruel people's hearts did not move, but time came when they had to remove the agreement from the Kaaba building. Death of Abu Talib and Khadija. It was the 10th year of the prophethood. The Muslims came back from Shaib Abi Talib. A few days thereafter, the Prophet's uncle, Abu Talib, breathed his last. The sorrowful days had not yet passed when Hazrat Khadija, the wife of the Prophet, also died. It was a grievous period for the Prophet and for the Muslims as well. The visible helpers were now gone. Blessed souls were they. Atrocities on the Prophet. In the presence of Hazrat Abu Talib and Hazrat Khadija, the infidels could not dare to persecute the Prophet. After their death, the field seemed to them quite clear, and so they diverted their arrows towards the person of the Prophet. As he was once going on his way, an unknown person threw some dust on his head. In the same condition, he came home. His daughter brought some water and washed his head with it. She was weeping throughout after looking at the face of her father, who said, O ye the love of your father, weep not. God will never leave your father in such a state. Once the Prophet was offering his prayers in the Kaaba courtyard. The Quraysh chiefs were there in a huge assembly. Seeing him in prayers, they said, is there anyone who could bring the stomach of a camel and put it on his head? One of the mischievous persons did this heinous act. Now, due to the heavy weight of the material, the Prophet's back was pressed. His daughter Fatima was informed of it by some person. She came there and threw away the rubbish aside after lifting it from the back of her father. Once another mischievous infidel threw a sheet of cloth round the Prophet's neck and wanted to strangulate him, when Hazrat Abu Bakr happened to come there and saved him. To the infidel he said, do you want to kill a person only for the reason that he says, my Lord is God? If you like the video, then please share and subscribe the channel now. Press the bell icon and click on all. Thank you. Jazakumullahu khairan kaseera.